Hello, welcome to Exotic Gardening with me, Yorkshire Kris. If you have an exotic garden here in the UK, chances are you planted a Trachycarpus fortunei. They are the most commonly available. They're tough, they're reliable and look great in an exotic garden. But there are so many other types of palm trees that we can grow here, but for whatever reason, they just don't get the attention that they deserve. So today, I'm going to show you my 5 favourite, most underused palm trees that you can grow here in the UK. Now, these aren't necessarily the 5 rarest palm trees you can grow in the UK, and not all of them will be suitable for every garden in the UK. But they're all palms that I think deserve to be grown far more widely. And I grow all 5 of them here in my garden in Yorkshire. I'm going to tell you what I like about them, what their drawbacks are, and why I think they're worth growing in the UK. Let's start with number 5. So coming in at number 5 is Chimerops humilis cerifera. Now, Chimerops humilis itself isn't particularly unusual. It's probably one of the better known Mediterranean palms, but I think this blue form is massively underused. And just look at that colour. The leaves have this fantastic blue-grey, almost silvery appearance, which gives it a completely different look from most of the palms we grow in the UK. And that's one of the things I really like about it. If you've already got Trachycarpus, you've probably got plenty of green foliage in your garden. Something like this gives you a completely different colour and texture. So it's naturally a clumping palm, so rather than producing one solitary trunk, you can eventually get this really impressive multi-stemmed effect. And I think that's particularly useful if you've got a smaller garden. You're not necessarily waiting decades for one enormous trunk to develop before the plant starts making an impact. Now, there are drawbacks. It can be quite spiky and it isn't as bulletproof as Trachycarpus fortunei, although down to -10 shouldn't be much of an issue. So I wouldn't plant it somewhere that's completely exposed to the worst of the UK winter. I'd give it a warm, sunny, well-drained position, and I think it can look absolutely fantastic. And for me, the biggest reason it's underused is simply because people just seem to overlook it. If you want a blue palm for a UK garden, this is definitely one I'd consider, definitely the hardiest. Number 4 is a palm I've talked about quite a lot on this channel, and that's Trachycarpus princeps. So now if you're looking for something that's tougher than many of the more unusual palms, but still looks very different from Trachycarpus fortunei, this is a fantastic choice. And the big attraction is obviously the foliage. Turn the leaf over and you get this fantastic silvery white underside. When the wind catches the leaves, you get this really beautiful contrast between the green upper surface and the almost white underside. And that's something you simply don't get with your standard fortunei. The other thing I really like about princeps is it still gives you the classic Trachycarpus reliability. I've had it down to -8 and now others have had it down to about -15 without any issues whatsoever. So you're getting something unusual without necessarily having to make a huge compromise on hardiness. I've grown these for years and I think they're one of those palms that look better and better as they mature, and yet they're still nowhere near as commonly planted as fortunei. I think one of the reasons is that if you go to a garden centre looking for a palm, you're probably going to find fortunei. You might see a few others, but princeps is much more of a specialist plant. And that's a shame because I think it's one of the most attractive Trachycarpus you can grow. So if you've already got a fortunei and you're thinking about adding another Trachycarpus, I'd seriously consider princeps rather than simply buying another fortunei. So now number 3 is probably the most unusual palm on my list. This is Rhapidophyllum hystrix, commonly known as the needle palm. And this is one of those plants that doesn't really look like a conventional palm tree. It's much more of a low-growing, clumping palm, and it produces these incredibly vicious spines around the stems. So this is definitely not a palm they want to be brushing past. But what makes it really interesting for the UK is its cold tolerance. It's one of the hardiest palms you can grow. And I think this is where it becomes really interesting for anybody gardening in the north of the UK, as it can get through the toughest of winters. We're always talking about how exotic a palm looks, but for me there's something really equally exciting about finding a palm that can actually cope with the conditions we're going to throw at it. So if you're in an area where you get long, cold winters, this may be the palm for you, providing it can grow in summer, because it does need temperatures at least above 25 degrees and ideally over 30 degrees for it to grow at a good speed. Otherwise, it is a very slow growing palm indeed. Rhapidophyllum also gives you a completely different shape. Instead, you get this dense, almost prehistoric looking clump. And I think that's why it works particularly well when we're trying to create a jungle style planting scheme. It's something different. Now, it's not a fast growing palm. If you're expecting it to turn into a 10-foot palm in a couple of years, you're going to be disappointed. But if you're prepared to let it establish and build into a clump, I think it's a fantastic plant. And considering how hard it is, I really don't understand why we don't see more of these in UK exotic gardens. At number 2, we've got one of the most spectacular palms on this list, Briar amata, the blue Hesper palm. And this is one where the foliage really does the talking. Look at that colour. That incredible blue silver foliage is probably one of the most exotic looking things you can put in a garden. And this is exactly what I mean when I talk about underused palms. If you were putting together a list of plants that can make a garden look tropical or exotic, a palm like this would be right up there. You don't see them nearly as often as Trachycarpus palms. Now, there is a reason for that. Briar amata isn't going to be as easy as a Fortunii in a typical British garden. It wants plenty of sun and, probably more importantly, excellent drainage. Wet, cold winters are much more of a concern than simply the occasional frost. Saying that, I've had mine grown happily outside in my Yorkshire garden for over a decade now. So this isn't one I'd recommend planting in a cold, wet corner of the garden and hoping for the best. But if you've got a warm, sunny, sheltered position with really good drainage, I think it's worth trying. And for me, the reward is that colour. There aren't many hardy-ish palms that can give you this sort of blue foliage. And as this palm gets larger, I think it becomes absolutely spectacular. So if you're building an exotic garden and you want something that really stands out, Briar amata has to be on your list. But there's one palm I'd put above even Briar amata, and that is my number 1. And my number 1 choice for the most underused palm is Jubaea chilensis, the Chilean wine palm. I absolutely love these. Now, this is a palm I think has almost everything going for it. It's incredibly exotic. It's got that huge, chunky trunk. It's got beautiful feather-shaped leaves. And unlike a lot of the feather palms people associate with tropical climates, Jubaea is surprisingly hardy. The problem is, it's slow. Very, very slow, especially when young. And I think that's probably one of the reasons you don't see more of them about. You can buy a small Jubaea, plant it in your garden, and then spend what feels like the rest of your life waiting for it to become a big palm. But I think that's part of the appeal, because when you see a mature Jubaea, it is an absolutely incredible sight. It has present that very few palms can match. And if you've got the space, I think it's one of the ultimate palms for UK exotic garden. You're not buying it because you want instant results, you're planting it for the future. And I think that's something we sometimes forget about gardening. We're always looking for fast growing plants, but there's something really special about planting a tree or a palm that you know is going to be there for decades and decades to come. And if you're lucky enough to have one of these already established in your garden, you've got something really special indeed. So for me, Jubaea is my number 1. So there are my 5 most underused palms for UK gardens. We've got Chimerops cerifera for that fantastic blue foliage and compact clumping habit. Trachycarpus princeps for one of the most attractive and hardy Trachycarpus palm trees. Rhapidophyllum hystrix for incredible cold tolerance and completely different shape. Bryia amata for that amazing blue silver foliage, and finally Trabea chilensis, my number one, for sheer size, character and exotic impact. Now I know there's going to be plenty of palms I've missed. I'd love to know what you think. What's the most unused palm that you grow in your garden? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're interested in exotic gardening in the UK, particularly growing these sorts of plants here in Yorkshire, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Join me next week when we're doing more in the garden.